Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Chris Winter and today I'm going to do an in-depth comparison between the Canon 50mm f1.4 and the newer Sigma 50mm f1.4. Now both of these lenses share the same aperture, but I wanted to help you decide on which one will be better for you. So to start off this comparison, let's take a look at how these two lenses are built. As you can see, the Sigma looks substantially bigger than the Canon, and once you get it in your hand, it also feels that way. That's not to say the Canon feels like a toy lens by any means. Both of these lenses have a few really nice features, including solid metal mounts in the back and focus distance windows on top. Now if we move forward, we can see that the Sigma has a much nicer focus ring. It's wider, it's smoother, and it just feels a whole lot better. So if you do any video work, I'd say the Sigma is going to be the one you'll be looking at. But again, both of these lenses are built really well. If you're after a lighter lens for travel, I'd go for the Canon. But if you're after a better build and a more pro-feeling lens, I'd definitely go for the Sigma. And guys, if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check out my top 5 list of the best prime lenses for under $150. I go into a lot of detail describing which ones would be best for you and why. I'll leave a link in the description box below. So one of the reasons why these lenses have become so popular is because of their wide f1.4 aperture. From my testing, both of these lenses can produce some really nice bokeh or background blur, and there's little difference between the two. The Sigma has a slight advantage with 9 aperture blades compared to the 8 on the Canon, but to me it's not super noticeable. The only thing I've really noticed though is that if you are going to be shooting at f1.4, the Sigma is sharper, so if you do need those sharp shots at that wide aperture, I'd probably go for the Sigma. Now one area where the Sigma does have a significant upper hand is its minimum focus distance. At 40 centimeters, the Sigma can focus 5 centimeters closer than the Canon, which might not sound like a lot, but it can actually help you get closer to the little subjects that you want to photo. Again, it's not a massive difference and they're definitely not dedicated macro lenses, but the Sigma does win on this one. So 50mm lenses aren't renowned for having the fastest autofocusing speed, and neither of these lenses really set the world on fire. Over my testing, I found that the Sigma definitely has made improvements and is definitely pretty snappy, but actually the ultrasonic motor on the Canon also holds its own. I have found though that the Canon is generally a little bit more accurate though. The Canon does show its age a little bit though and is quite noisy in comparison to the Sigma, so if you do need a lens that's going to be quiet enough for something like a wedding, maybe you want to go for the Sigma. But overall, they're both not that bad. But because this one's a little bit more accurate, the Canon's probably going to win actually. If you've got a camera with a really solid autofocusing system for video like the Canon 70D here, you'll probably want to go for the Sigma. I found that the Canon is a little bit choppy with its autofocus and is really quite noisy, so it would actually be picked up on any microphone on the camera. Now neither of these lenses are as good as the new STM lenses like this 40mm STM here for video work, but I'd have to say that the Sigma is probably going to be the better bet. So this is where things get a little bit interesting. The Canon comes in at $350, whereas the Sigma comes in at $950. Now that's actually quite a big difference and something to consider when comparing these two. Now with that money you've saved with a Canon version, you could put that towards another lens, and that's where things start to get really interesting. But as you can probably tell in this video, the Sigma is the better performer. So if you are after performance, I'd probably go for the Sigma. But if you are after value, I'd probably go for the Canon. So enough talking about these lenses, let's now take a look at a few image samples. Again, as you can see, both of these lenses are really quite similar in terms of their look. They both have 50mm focal lengths and a fast f1.4 aperture. The Sigma to me is slightly sharper from f1.4 to f4, but after that, the lenses come a bit closer. I actually prefer the way that the Canon reproduces color, but again, that's kind of a personal decision and it might change the way that you see it. So overall, I'd say the Sigma is the winner here, but again, many people have been shooting with this Canon 50mm f1.4 for many years and really love the results.